Welcome to Crochet ADHD. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I consider you a one-hit wonder. I'm glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee. That's one of those commercials that I never knew if they were saying nobody doesn't like her, like as in does not, or no one does it like Sarah Lee. Am I alone in my misunderstanding? Just curious. So every year I have done like my favorite, I don't know, pattern, like sweater patterns or cardigans and da 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 da. So this year is no different. I'm doing my however many, because I don't remember how many there are. There might be 9 or 11. My favorite sweater / cardigan patterns that are on my wish list on Ravelry, which means more than likely these are not free patterns. I'm gonna pull up my tablet and oh, I forgot to tell you, as you probably saw in the thumbnail though, my crochet notebook has been found. She had a really good time somewhere. She's really kind of sketchy on the details. She doesn't look like any harm has come to her, and she was willing and able to start recording my projects for this month. So I think all is forgiven. Let me see. As a matter of fact, yeah, she actually let me write down these patterns that I'm getting ready to share with you. So I'm going to tell you about them, but I'm going to be looking at them on my tablet. Ravelry, Ravelry, Ravelry. Come and see me. La 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 la. The first pattern. Oh, I didn't put that one in there. Why didn't I do that? All right, after I made the list, I did add more things to it. If I have enough time, I might throw some of those in there, but I'm going to try to stick with the list. The first one on my list, it's called the Stout Weather Cardigan, and it's by A.K. Lowry Designs. It is Tunisian crochet. It's $10. I mean, look at it. I love this cardigan. It is gorgeous. It's like is that ribbing, or I'm not certain. I mean, it might just be like the stitch that she's used in combination with the yarn that she used, but that is so pretty. It looks like, because you know, y'all, I have issues with cardigans in that they will not stay up on my shoulders. Now, I have not made a cardigan with buttons before, so that might definitely play a large role in why they haven't, you know, they always sort of slide off my shoulders. This has got a nice V-neck with buttons. What is it? 6 buttons down the front. I really like it. And the pockets and just the darker trim. I love this so much. It is made bottom up. Well, for Tunisian crochet, I guess that makes sense, but since it's done flat and not in the round. The sizes available are, it says 0 to 11 from a size 36 inch to a 78 inch chest. That's what it's saying. So I'm assuming that maybe it's supposed to be a men's sweater or cardigan, but yeah, it's a woman in the photo, and so maybe it's like universal, unisex. Maybe that's what that is. And for my centimeter friends, that is 85 to 195 centimeters. And it uses fingering weight yarn with 4 to 6 inches of positive ease. And there's only 10 projects on the list, and the pattern came out in August of 2023. Like A.K. Lowry just recently, I guess this year, came out with a Tunisian crochet book. Oh, I want that book so much. The next pattern is called the Blurred Lines, and it's by Deanne Ramsey. It's a pullover. It uses fingering weight yarn and a 3.5mm crochet hook. It is traditional crochet. It's $8 US. Sized from extra small to 4XL, which is stating between a 30.5 inch to a 56.75 inch bust, or 76 to 144 centimeters. It's made top down. Woohoo! This is really pretty. Some of the, like I guess the original pattern photo is really nice. It's like she used 2 solid yarns and then used like a multicolor yarn in between, like for the midsection, which I like that, because aside from the fact that it gives interest to, you know, the sweater itself, but I feel like it also camouflages the middle area, so like you can't necessarily see through, you know, the shirt. There are 167 projects on Ravelry. That's impressive. Considered an intermediate pattern with half double crochets. I don't know, I really like this, and it's long enough to where it goes down to your thumb, you know, like, and you slide your thumb through. I don't know if I would do that, but at the same time I feel like I could do that. I think I'm moody enough to get away with putting my thumb through the sleeve hole. Next is the Nordic jumper by Fran Morgan. It's sweaters like this that I just drool over. I love stranded, what do they call it? They call it stranded color work. It's just like Fair Isle stranded color work. Love this. And it is in the Simply Crochet magazine, issue number 76. Now, I know that if you use the Libby app, which is like most libraries in the US use that, you can access Simply Crochet magazine. If it goes back to issue 76, then that means that this pattern, which is £4.50 or $6.10 US, that means that pattern just became free. And now, please hold. Oh yeah, the current one is issue 155, so it does not go back to issue 76. However, the current issue of Simply Crochet, look at what's on the cover. So, Fair Isle strikes again. Oh, I love that. I don't like the sleeves. Oh, I don't like this. Can we, okay, let's, that's the sleeve. I mean, let's just focus on this part, shall we? Beautiful. Oh, there's even socks in here. It is a crocheted sock pattern that you can download for free. I'm going to put the link right here if you're into crocheted socks. This is a pattern by West Yorkshire Spinners. That was a bonus. Oh, I'll show it to you. Haha! See? All right. I've missed y'all. Have I said that? Okay. Back to what I was talking about. The Nordic jumper. This was published in September of 2018. It is DK weight. It's made with a 4mm or G hook. The sizes, it says size 8 up to size 22. But it does not really give like measurements. So if you happen to have Simply Crochet issue number 76, If it's a digital copy, and anyway, if you could just let me know like what the number, you know, like what the inches or centimeters are for the sizing, I'd appreciate that. Just pop that down in the comment section if you have this magazine. There are only 5 projects on Ravelry. Y'all, right? Like, yeah, hopefully there's not too much of a glare on there. How good would I look in that? Oh, speaking of which, no, obviously this is not crochet. This was gifted to me by Not Hetty. These are actually the colors of her wedding. Like, almost exactly the only color. Nope. Every color is represented. Basically, it's all of the fall colors. The rust is like a eucalyptus green, navy blue. So burgundy is not on here, but there's going to be burgundy, which it's kind of like, yeah. When I saw the shirt, I was like, this is basically your wedding. This is your vibe, the wedding vibe. I'm going to have to find an excuse. I'll probably wear it to one of her wedding showers, or I don't know. I'm gonna definitely wear it some other time other than now. I'm sorry if it's see-through. I can't really tell on this end. I'm a little self-conscious, so I'm not gonna like stand up and make it really obvious. I guess if it's see-through, when editing, Jackie looks through it, you might end up seeing like a bar that goes across the bottom right here, just to keep me, you know, modest. Totally love this sweater. Next on our list, how many is that? I think this is number 4. This one is called the Snowy Owl Cable Sweater. Snowy Owl Cable Sweater. It is by Noelle Styles. It was published in June of 2019. It's fingering weight, and it uses a 3.5 millimeter or E crochet hook. The sizing, unfortunately, just says small, medium, and large. It's made in pieces, thank goodness, but look at the detail on those cables. I've never crocheted cables before. Ever. I have tried. Maybe it's not like instant enough gratification because of how, you know, you've got to do like the 3 crochets, the 3 doubles or triple crochet, but you skip the number of stitches and you go back, and it I don't know, but this is gorgeous. Would I ever make this? Probably not, but I had to show it off because it's gorgeous, and it is on my wish list. There's only 11 projects. Oh, I didn't say, and it's $5.99. It's $5.99 US. Oh, another thing about cables is they are yarn eaters. This one, like for the size small, that the dimensions of the sweater for a size small is 16 inches wide by 22.5 inches long. I don't know. I don't overly know what that means, but anyway, for the smallest size, it is saying that it will be 3,234 yards.
What?
This bad boy, as beautiful as it is, and it is definitely a yarn eater. There's like, I mean, every, oh wait, what kind of back is that? What is, how did, there's the back. It looks like it's a hoodie. See, none of the other pictures shows that detailing on the back. So, I don't know. Our next subject? Victim? No. Okay. It is called the Hinton pullover. It's by Sarah Dudek. Oh, and it was published for, or it's available at crochet.com. Yeah. Yay! Our friends at crochet.com are awesome. This pattern is available for $4.90. No, where did I get that? Where did I get that? Okay, there we go. It's available for $4.99. You can't buy it on Ravelry. There's only 2 projects on Ravelry. It's made in sport weight using High Desert Sport yarn, which is made out of 75% merino and 25% rambouillet wool. And it looks like it is non-superwash. It was published in October of 2021. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm going to try to do like a screen record. It's raglan. That means it's top down. No, I lied. It's bottom up. How you going to do bottom up raglan? Come on. That doesn't make any sense. Next on our list is there it is. The next one is the Lock Lace Sweater by Mariana Mueller. She makes some of the most gorgeous shawls. It's no wonder why she pops up also under the sweater category. This was made in May of 2020, and it's made using 2 strands of lace. Y'all, beautiful work that she does. I get it, sorta, except I am not the one to hold 2 strands of lace together. Lace is just a little too thin, but 2 strands of lace does equal fingering weight. So essentially, you could just use fingering weight. Okay, there are 10 projects on here. It uses a size 5.5, a 4.5, 5 and 5.5 millimeter crochet hooks. So it uses 3 hooks. The sizing is small to 3X, which, okay, it doesn't really give any indication as to what those numbers are, unfortunately. Oh, and it's a free pattern. Okay, who knew? I mean, I did. Well, then why is it on my wish? It doesn't matter. We're not talking that. Okay, so let's look at this. Really pretty, and I like that it just looks like, and sorry, I'm getting my nerves staying this. So if you had like a bunch of one color and like not a lot of other colors, and they were lace weight, holding them together, you get like a, what is it, mottled heather kind of look. So yeah, I kind of like this. I really like this. It is kind of see-through, but I'm guessing that's because, you know, you're using such a large hook. I don't know how much more of the yarn that you would need if you wanted to use like a smaller hook just to, you know, kind of close off some of the gaps. And oh my, just some of these are just so pretty, just in the way that they combined their yarn. So I think that if you wanted to just use fingering weight, this might actually be a really good project for an advent, you know, or just if you have a bunch of random minis or scraps. I think this would actually be a very lovely pattern. I have to figure out the yardage, but I feel like maybe the advent that I got earlier this year, the Lisa Frank, because I love the way it was, you know, it was like a fade. Is that the right word? You know, like one color just moved into the other color, and I thought that if I did like where half of it, if I used a half of skein, half of each of the skeins going from like top to bottom, and then repeated it on the way back, because the colors, the way y'all know what I'm talking about, right? But I've also become obsessed with, I have, I think 10 or 12 skeins of We Crochet palette, which is it's a fingering weight, but it's like a light fingering weight. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool, and it's not, I mean, it's not superwash. I've been like almost daydreaming about using one strand of the white and just grabbing some other random skeins and making something with those two together. I don't know why, but I feel like that would just be gorgeous. No reason why. Nothing. It just popped in my head, and now I can't stop just salivating over it. And I don't want it to be a shawl. I mean, like, definitely like a sweater or a cardigan. Yeah, I feel like that would just be bananas beautiful. Maybe this would be the pattern that I could do that with. I don't know, let's say 2 fingering weights would make, they don't make a worsted, right? They make a BK. I'll get editing Jackie to mathematize all that for you. Okay, what else did I want to say about this sweater? It's pretty, and it's free. Okay, and now it does have a boat neck, which tells me that more than likely this is made in 2 pieces, like, you know, front, back, and then maybe the sleeves. Yeah, I think that's how that's put together. I have to figure out a way to kind of bring in the neckline a little bit, because I'm not a big fan of boat necks, simply because on me, every boat neck I've ever worn makes me turn into Jennifer Beal like halfway through the wearing, and I'm just not feeling it. No, don't get me wrong, I do have a very sexy shoulder. I don't need to put that out on display unless it's like an 80s throwback party, and of course, which, yes, I would rock that. Was there ever even a question? All right, next on the list is the Huldra. Let's find that. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It sounds fun to say. Huldra. The Huldra sweater by Tatiana. Her website and company is called Lila Bjorn. I have a book of her patterns. This is that look what crochet can do, y'all, kind of like pattern. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. This one is $7 US, and she uses Scapious yarn for all of her things. And it's a fingering weight. There are 339 of these projects on Ravelry. Very impressive. It uses a 3mm crochet hook. It's sized extra small to 4X, which is 92.5 up to 162 centimeters, or 36.4 to 63.8 inches. I feel like that's a good amount of, you know, size ranging. Of course, you know, your mileage may vary. Has 4 to 8 inches of positive ease. Wow. See, again, when I look at these kind of things, trying to figure out, you know, how, if I wanted to resize it to make it larger or smaller, sometimes it might be, and this is a big might, so we're putting an asterisk right there. Sometimes it might be as easy as swapping changing out the yarn or the hook size. If none of the patterns that I'm mentioning right now, if they don't fit in your size, but you still want to make them, I think that if you did, y'all know I'm all about the gauge swatch, but a gauge swatch, especially in this instance, is going to give you a whole lot of information, because sometimes you can just make the pattern fit your gauge. And so therefore, you know, some of the numbers and the, I guess, limitations of the sizing doesn't really apply because you're just making it to your gauge swatch. Yeah. We can discuss this because, you know, I know that nobody likes to do gauge swatches, but I feel like, okay, gauge swatching, if you make blankets, if you make toys, amigurumi, shawls, pillows, if you make things that aren't wearables all the time, then you probably don't ever need to gauge swatch. I can understand why you would find that to be a waste of time. However, I have been a victim of, I don't need to gauge swatch, I'll just do whatever I want to do, and then ended up with something that I could not wear. I even wrote a song. Y'all know I wrote a song about taking apart my sweater, unraveling my heart, because y'all, I lost my Crojo so hard after that experience, and it was for a test pattern. Doing all of that work, and I had done a gauge swatch, by the way, but doing all of that work only for it not to turn out the right size, because I felt, you know, I'm trying to follow the pattern because that's what you're supposed to do when you're testing, and I'm following the pattern and I'm reading it and I'm like, this is not coming out right. And, you know, I will say this, I did not continue to check my gauge as I was going, but I did check it when I got to the end, and it turns out that the problem was not me. The problem was, I believe, the numbering. I think the problem was in the pattern. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into what the pattern was and blah, 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 but I really feel like the problem was in the pattern. However, that experience, and not, again, not the who's wrong, who's right, but putting all of that work into this top, or what was it? A sweater? Unraveling I think it was a sweater. Yeah. Putting all of my energy and effort and heart and soul and hair and snot and, you know, all of the things, because, you know, dead scent scale, definitely DNA all over this project, to have to undo it. And had I done a gauge, okay, having to undo all of that just tore my soul in pieces. So to have done something like making a top, and it wasn't, you know, if it was a different scenario where I'm just looking at a pattern, I'm like, I want to make this, and I go through all of that trouble and I make it and it's the wrong size, and it could have been prevented by me simply doing a gauge swatch, I could never forgive myself. So take that do with it what you will, right? Because you're grown people. Y'all are going to do what you want anyway. Just know that the feeling of doing all that work just to take it all out, knowing it could have been prevented, y'all, I mean, I feel like we're better than that now, okay? I feel like we are at a stage where we can just do. And if you continue to not gauge swatch before you do wearables and they don't come out right, the least you can do is not complain about it, right? Okay. That's because again, you're making choices on your own. You're like, I know better, but I'm going to do this anyway. Because, you know, like with your kids, you're like, you told your kids not to do that, and they decided to do it anyway. They're going to have to suffer the consequences of their actions. So that's what's going to happen with you if you decide to not gauge swatch. I'm just saying, all right. I don't know how I got there, but I'm back now. Let's see. This top was $7. I can't remember any of the things that I was saying before, but this color work is to die for. It's so pretty. I mean, what is happening to my voice? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And y'all, if you're on, I was going to say Instagram. That wasn't right. If you are on Ravelry, or even if you just want to go to her website, which her website is, I'll put it on the screen here. Her patterns are gorgeous. She has one, it's called a swancho. I think that's right. Swancho. It's stunning, and it's a free pattern. It's color work, and she even does like short row shaping with the neckline. This, I'm telling, this is the kind of stuff where it's like crochet who, because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I'm assuming she's Norwegian, just because one of the languages her pattern is available is in Norwegian, plus the name of her business is, again, like Lila Bjorn, but the BJORN, Bjorn. So that makes sense that, color work, because that's kind of like that Scandinavian countries kind of thing. So just gorgeous. All right. Next up is I'm going to screw up the pronunciation of this. It is the Anouk. Where are we at? ANOUK. Anouk pullover. And it's by Fiber and Fox. It was published December of 2020. It uses fingering weight yarn, 3.75 millimeter and 5 millimeter hooks. It is extra small to 4XL. It's made bottom up, and it's got a boat neck. Ooh, but I like this. Let's see. Look at that right there. Like, I don't know if that's an actual seam or just a faux seam, but I dig that. I dig that. Love, love, love. It's definitely an oversized fit. It's, okay, according to the information here, it is, okay, it says boxy, oversized, and cozy, and it's reversible. 2 outfits for the price of 1? Haha! Speaking of price, how much is this pattern? This pattern is $8.30 US. So, $4.15 a pattern? Now it's sounding like something. Okay, let's see. It's worked flat from the bottom up, separate front and back panels, and then seamed. Sleeve will be attached and worked off the body. Ribbing is added along the bottom edges and sleeve cuff. I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay, so she's got the body measurements as, let's see, the smallest being a 40-inch and the largest being 68 inches. But that's got to have like, that's got to be like hella positive ease. Does it say? I don't know. Nothing's leaping out at me right now. Yeah, that's a lot of positive ease. You can just tell by the just how it looks on the project photos. There are 20 projects. Let's see what some of these look like. Ooh, I like that. I don't know. So it's not necessarily an actual seam, which you can definitely tell with the close-up, but it looks like she added, or this person added a detail, the seaming detail down the sleeve, which, oh, look at that. This looks so comfortable. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if this must be like part of the pattern with the, the seaming on the sleeve. Oh, look at what? Wow. Wow. Okay, just wow. Wow. What did she do? Wow. Let's see, the sweater that I'm currently working on, I'm doing in, I'm using, it's Patton's Classic Wool Superwash DK. I picked up several skeins of it at Ollie's a couple of years ago, and I'm like, the top part or the ribbing is in a different color than like the rest of the sweater, but I want to be able to go back and crochet on top of the stitches to define the raglan, like, you know, the thing that goes down the side. I want to be able to do that, and I know that you can crochet on top similar to how this is done in this pattern. I don't know how to do that, and I don't even know how to search for it to figure out how to do it. So if somebody can tell me how to do it, please, by all means, help a sister out, because I want to do that. And I don't know if I want it to be in the same color or in the contrast color. If y'all can hear that, that is my fan. My fan is old. It works a lot. It lives in Louisiana, etc., etc. Anyway, all right. So that is the Anouk sweater. What did I say? It's made with fingering weight yarn, 3.75 and 5mm hooks. I may have already said that. And the word is a variety of lavender, which makes sense since that's what the little stitching thing kind of looks like. So, yay. All right. And the last one that I have already on the list, it's not a sweater. I guess I just made up all the rules as I went along. This is called, let me see if I can find. Okay. Can you blame me? This needed its own moment in the sun. It is a shawl. It is called the Landscape Shawl, and it is by Martin Up North, which I love that as a name. I don't know why, but I love that. Like Jackie Down South, Martin Up North. I don't know. Love it. It came out in May of 2023, and I believe it was released on the Scapeus website. They did like a make along with it a couple of years ago, maybe, or last year. I could be wrong. I could be making all of this stuff up. I did spend some time on their website looking at their patterns and like some of the make alongs that they have hosted in the past, plus current make alongs. So if y'all are looking for something, some inspiration aside from Ravelry, definitely go to the Scapeus website. Scapeus, you know, sheepsies, but Scapeus. Anyway, go to their website under patterns, and you can get lost because they have a lot of patterns, and a good majority of them are free. So yeah, if you're looking for some place other than Ravelry to get some patterns. Okay, this pattern is $6.82 US. There are 227 projects, and it uses DK weight yarn with a 4.5, 5, and 5.5mm crochet hook. The words to describe this are that's all I got. Y'all. It's all like, oh, I was right. There was a make along. Sorry. It was over the summer. It's pretty. It's pretty. No, it's not. It's not pretty. This is gorgeous. This Okay, you know, like how every year in November it's the Stephen West shawl along, where, you know, every knitter who's ever knitted a knit, yep, everybody buys the pattern, they get the yarn, and it's a whole thing, right? Everybody does it. And the shawls at the end, okay, we're not going to talk about last year, but anyway, the shawls at the end of all of that are just like mind blowing. Well, this, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Can we discuss like the intricacies there are of it? First of all, it's entrelac or intralock. Don't know how to do that. And it's Tunisian crochet. It's gorgeous. Okay. So yeah, okay. So it was May and June of last year that they did it was Tunisian crochet make along. I hate when I find stuff an hour and a half, a year and a half later. Oh my God, if y'all have seen this before and you didn't tell me, I'll forgive you. But seriously, gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, all the words. And it's a shawl, and it's $6.82. Is that a lot? No. But see, here's the problem. When you have so many patterns in your wish or on your wish list that are in fact money-ish, that are not free, there's a word I was looking for, and you want to buy all of them, then it makes it to where you can't really buy any of them. Like this, okay, yeah, I'm telling you, I like stalked. I did some deep investigation on the Scapious website, looking at all of their patterns, their make-alongs and stuff, and I want to make one of this man's patterns. Are all of his, okay, I'm gonna look at something right quick. Okay, he has 37 designs. I can't tell. What am I trying to do? Okay, let me go back. Martin up north, yeah. Okay, that didn't help. Advanced search. Okay. Oh, he currently has it, y'all. Okay, I want to find, okay, he has 32 crochet projects on Ravelry, and 15 of them are free. So let's just right quick. No big whoop, right? Oh, come on, go away. Go away. Go away. Oh my gosh. So I'm having some issues. There we go. What is that? What is that? Okay, so he has a shawl called the Dawn Chorus Sea Cow. And it is, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did, this one was another make along that he did. It look okay, the pattern is from 2024, and the make along started in January, and it was for 4 weeks. It looks like it's a scarf, but it's called a shawl, but there's a knit version and a crochet version, and it's got, like, again, some of that color, you know, the fantabulous color infusion stuff. And then this one is, look, that's a shawl. It's a triangular shawl. And it is that Tunisian? No, that's not Tunisian crochet. Y'all, okay. I gotta add this to my favorites. Yep, under shawls, yes, because that's what we do now. Holy cow. Holy cow. All right. Whew. Okay, I don't know how many patterns that was. Wait, okay, it was 8. Was it? Wait. Go back. Go back. Go back. And back. I did add more items to my wish list after I created, you know, started writing them down. And one of them, I can't find it right this second. It's called the Cardigan. I think it's by Evelyn and Peter. I think it's called the Cardigan because it looks kind of like Carl from Up. In case y'all didn't know, right? Okay, so Not Hetty's getting married, and her fiance looks like the young version of Carl from Up. So everything seems to have, like, you know, Up as a subtle, it's being subtly, you know, brought throughout their whole relationship. And like when he did the proposal, they went on a picnic, they laid out on the picnic blanket looking up at the shapes in the clouds and stuff like that, and all of it. And like even the book that, okay, so Not Hetty is a big reader, and we found the 2-volume book set called Paradise Falls. Again, if you know you're Up, you know that that's important. And I knew that when she gets an old book, she always flips to the page where it has the copyright and stuff. And so when he proposed, again, they're having a picnic, and they're taking pictures with these old books. And her friend was like, that really does look like an old book. You know, when was it published? So she flips to the publisher card page or whatever. And right on the opposite side, he had written, you know, things are looking up. Will you marry me? And that was like how he proposed. But she's reading the book, and he's behind her, you know, on his, I'll pop in some photos so that, you know, all of this can make a little bit more sense. But anyway, it was the most adorable. It was so adorable. And of course she figured out what was going on, because, you know, there were plans, and like every time he's tried to make a plan, he doesn't really make plans. So everything always falls through. But yet with this, there was a lot of plans going on, and, you know, like, because I was in on it, her friend was in on it, and, you know, she's trying to come up with it anyway. But, you know, I knew that she was going to figure certain things out, but I definitely know that she did not see the proposal inside of the book coming, because I managed to snap the photo of her face when she saw it, and it was genuine surprise, and it made everything else so worth it. She did have an element of surprise, even if she was able to figure stuff out. But, you know, our family, we watch true crime for entertainment. So, you know, it doesn't take a genius to figure some things out. And so surprising us would be rather challenging, you know. So I'm proud of her for that, because, you know, her mom ain't raised no dummy. So when I saw the cardigan, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I kind of want to make it. I might make it as like a wedding gift for my son-in-law. Maybe. I have to say all that because not Hetty watches my videos. But I might make it. I don't know. But anyway, so that was what is it, 8? It was 8 patterns that I love. They were supposed to be, okay, so it was all sweater patterns except for the last one, which was the shawl. So 8 plus 1, I'm still going to call it 8 plus 1. They've been on my wish list from anywhere from 12 hours ago to 10 or 15 years ago. I have different category of things, so maybe another time I might do a video with my favorite shawl patterns that are on my wish list or something like that. There's just so many patterns that exist in the world, and why, for whatever reason, out of all the patterns that I have, I keep going back to the same one pattern. I've tweaked it a lot, and I get different looks out of it, but I really want a new pattern, a new fresh pattern to make a sweater with. Maybe y'all can help me decide which of these patterns I should make between, again, now and maybe February. Oh, okay. I said February, but I didn't really mean February. I just meant because, right, yeah, because I am in the midst of wedding planning and wedding crafting and things like that, but I still want to crochet, and I still want to crochet for myself. So maybe y'all can, even if you don't think I should make anything off of this list, just give me some patterns that you think I would like that are either a shawl or a sweater, and just let me know. But I'm looking for stuff, and maybe y'all can help me, give me an idea, and it's not something that maybe I would normally look at. Then maybe we can figure something out like that. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're able to get some inspiration, because Lord knows I need it. So tell me what you got planned for your fall/winter crocheting or knitting or sewing or drafting. What? Yeah. If you like this video, please do me a favor and click that like button somewhere down here. I think it sits, well, I think it's in one of these places here, right? Yeah. And so click the like button. And if you want to stick around and become a member of the GlamFam, please do that by clicking that subscribe button. And don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I've been Jackie.